This is C-SPAN Washington Journal, October 23rd, and here's General Petraeus talking about First Amendment rights.
I didn't appreciate it, needless to say.
I remember that. It said General Petraeus.
Yes, but at the end of the day, we are fiercely protective of the rights of our Americans to express themselves, and even if that includes criticizing us.
This morning on the Washington Journal, question for you, our viewers: what U.S. institutions do you trust? Give us a call. Lines for Republicans, Democrats, and Independents as usual. Bob's in Tyler, Texas, an independent. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning. I trust our original founding principles, the original intent of our Constitution, and our responsibility to hold elected representatives at all levels of government to their sworn oath to protect and defend the Constitution. James Madison said, "The citizens of the United States are responsible for the greatest trust ever confided to a political society. If they don't tend to it, it says the rights of human nature will be turned against them and their patrons and friends exposed to be insulted and silenced by votaries of tyranny and usurpation." So if we don't tend to our government's business, we're doomed to what we deserve.
Bob, how should we tend to the government's business? Do you think people are not listening to enough news about it? Are they listening in the wrong way? Are they not reacting?
I'm so glad you asked that question. Our founders implored us for eternal vigilance. Here in Smith County, Texas, we have a public calendar that lists every meeting of the 27 elected officials in the county of where they are holding their courts or city council meetings or school boards or MPOs, ESDs, RMAs, whatever, so that people can go there and see how those elected people are operating and make sure that they are operating according to the Constitution. So, on the last Saturday in January, we're teaching a class on the Constitution. I try to teach it more and more every day. And our problem is our elected officials are not following the Constitution. It's happened for 5,000 years. America is the first time in history where we, the people, are the sovereigns who are responsible for running the government, and we are being usurped by the natural inclination of man to assume power and assume more power, and I don't know. The Constitutions and all the founding documents are very clear. And
Bob, how did you get involved in teaching that class, and have you found people more interested in that topic in recent years than in the past?
Absolutely. We actually taught one of the guys that's on the Texas Freedom Caucus in our Texas legislature. And we've got others. We're going to be teaching it at one of our county offices on the last Saturday in January. Listening to Chris Ann Hall, who's been on C-SPAN a number of times, she knows the Constitution and the original intent forward and backward. Ted Cruz memorized it when he was 14 years old. It seems that Providence is leading me to, be involved in this somehow. And I think if we look at every problem we have at the federal level, it's all because those guys are doing things that are outside of their enumerated powers and defined in the Constitution. Everything else is left to the states or to we the people. And that was the original intent, and if somehow we can get there with prayer and activism and responsibility, we may have a slim hope of recovering the liberty that our founders laid for us.
Bob, thanks for the call from Texas.